Do you have the desire to build your own online business? Yes? And would you like to have rather success yesterday than today? Yes? Super, thank you for being in this training. And I'm Kim. And today I have the privilege to interview Sam Druce, who has built $1 million agency. And he is willing to answer a lot of questions regarding what you will learn, how to build an online business. What should you think of? What should you do and what shouldn't you do? Also really important, so you do not make the same mistakes. And also regarding Facebook ads. What is the goal? How do you put it in? How do you get it out? So have fun during the training. I will ask Sam to introduce himself so you know who you're listening to. And then we go right into the questions. Sam, can you please introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, so firstly, it's lovely to be here. Thank you so much, Kim, for having me on here. Really appreciate it. It's always a real privilege to kind of speak to, firstly, amazing business people like yourself, Kim. I love what you do. It's incredible. But more importantly, it's also amazing to speak to people that want to take that next step and push their business forward as well. So it's an honor to be here today. Really hope everyone listen to this, either live or the replay, get a lot from it as well. Just as a bit of a short introduction to myself, as Kim said, my name's Sam Druce. I'm actually a Facebook ads, I hate the word, but maybe guru as they call it as well. But I started my business very much like a lot of people listening to this. You know, I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know how to start my business. All I knew was that I had a burning desire within myself that I wanted to be in control of my financial destiny and actually be in control of my life. So I started my very first online business back in December 2017. Within 1 month, I was able to replace my salary and quit my job. And then within 3 months, I was able to build that business to a 6-figure business and then keep scaling that through as well. And again, I always say right now, there's nothing special about me. All it is there's something very special about the system that anyone can follow to build an online business. And I'm really, really excited to be here today with Kim and with everyone listening to share my experience and actually give you some tips, tricks, and a bit of advice of how you can start to build yours. So I'm super, super excited. Let's get going, Kim. I can't wait to dive in.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Most of the questions are really related to your story, like you have explained. It's how to start your business and or how to scale, because a lot of people think that it will take years to become successful and to earn money with your own business, also with the old conditioning from parents, etc. And I really, because I believe in it, I work with the system, following it, very successful as well. And my mission is really to unleash the power within everybody, and that they have this system and that they start to believe again that everything is possible. And you are a good example of it as well. Very first question. What are the basics if you start when building an online business? What should you do as a start, even if you have not a big budget?
Great. So it's a great question. This is something that a lot of people kind of get wrong. The first thing, not just with an online business, with any business we need to figure out, it's got to be our mindset. It's got to be what's in between our ears as well. Now, when you're starting an online business, the first thing I'd say is you have discipline. Okay, having that discipline to work when it's hard, that's when what makes people successful. You know, I always say, like, I replaced my salary within 30 days, but it wasn't 30 days of clean sailing. It was, 20 days of hard slugging and working every single hour I physically could. I was still in a full-time job. There's a great quote and it says, your 9 till 5 is your job. Your 6 till 11, that's building your empire. And it's having that discipline to come home from a hard day's work. Know that, hey, do you know what? The boss yelled at me. The kids are screaming. I stubbed my toe when I got in the door. All I want to do is just sit down and relax and watch trash TV. in that moment there, having the discipline to say, do you know what? I'm doing this for a bigger purpose, and have the discipline to keep working, even if it doesn't work first time. That's going to be one of the biggest things you've got to work out, because when you're starting an online business, yes, it's fantastic. You know, my life has changed forever since building online businesses. But that 30 days, you know, people forget, hey, do you know what? There was 10 years of me trying to start an online business before that. The only difference is when I started to take it seriously and commit to do it, well, then everything changed within 30 days. But I never had that discipline. It always seemed like a good idea. And I'd kind of go peaks and troughs. I'd go, yeah, I'm going to do loads, and then it would drop off. And I wouldn't do anything for 6 months or a year. And then I'd have a bit of inspiration, and then it would drop off. And having that consistency of little and often is going to be the first thing that you can really, really overcome to start that online business. And it's going to take it from a good idea through to, hey, do you know what? This is going to be a reality here. Along with that is also understanding the mindset of the journey. It's not easy, okay? If it were easy, everyone would be doing this. It isn't as easy as you think it can be. And you need to come into this knowing that, hey, do you know what? You're probably going to fail a couple of times. You're probably going to lose some money. You're probably going to want to give up. Your friends and family are probably going to go, hey, do you know what? Stay in your lane. Be happy with what you've got. Just give up and just go back to what you're doing. But that's okay. All of those things are okay. And all of those things mean one thing. It just means you're closer to achieving that success. But if you give up too early, you're never going to be able to get it as well. You need to understand that in part of this journey, hey, you're going to fail. But fail early, fail forward, and learn from these mistakes, because then you're going to keep pushing. It's a great quote from Thomas Edison when someone said, you know, you tried and failed 1,000 times. He said, well, no, I just found 999 ways not to make a light bulb. It only takes one. So the foundation of building any online business has to be starting with your mindset. And that's why I love your focus, your focus thing that you can actually see in the background here. I've been through it. It's incredible. You know, getting that focus and having that discipline, understanding the mental, emotional journey, that's got to be the bedrock, because it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. If you don't understand those foundations, you're never going to do anything with it as well. And that was a big, big shift for me.
I really love your answer. Thank you very much, because that's also the method I am teaching, which I call the cut the crap method. And the first phase is always energy. Take care of your energy with physical stuff, etc. For me, also meditation. And then you have mindset, then you have communication. What do you say to yourself? What is the essence you radiate? But really, how do you react on criticism from others? And then you have the strategy. So like you said already, with my focus plan, what I also see as an addition to your answer, you also need to learn how to say no. Because yeah, your friends will ask, hey, do you come out, etc. And let's go on holiday, let's go out for dinner. And I do not say you need to have laser focus and don't look anywhere else, but it's so important to learn and to raise the confidence to say no, to put yourself, your dream in the first place. And I know it's a quote from Star Wars. I'm not really familiar with it, but I know some people love it. But it inspired me when I heard it. Do or do not, there is no try. And that's what I really think also, like you said, you need to have the discipline also from a feminine perspective. We do that also with a little bit more empathy than just striving in the masculine energy, but it is necessary. You need to go for it. So thank you very much. And the next question is, really for you, what is your biggest lesson up to now to become so successful?
Gosh, a really good question. What's my biggest lesson? Do you know what? I honestly think that one of my biggest lessons I could give is when you first get that little bit of success. Because when you first get the success, it's like everything's great. Everything's up. It's fantastic. It's new. It's exciting. But what a lot of people don't tell you is when you get that success, you go, great, it's great. And then you get a bit more success and it's even better and you get more success. And then you get to a point where you go, ooh, what do I do now? And it's almost kind of, you start to fall into that self-sabotage. And you always try and start to maybe try and give the money away, or you try and get rid of contracts, and you don't realize you're doing this subconsciously. And again, I know I'm coming onto mindset, but so many people don't realize that 80% of your success is what's in between your ears. I remember when I first started building my agency, I signed my first 2 clients. It was great. I signed my 3rd client. Great. I signed my 4th, 5th client. It was great. It was when I signed my 6th client that took me over £10,000 a month income. I had that moment where I just went, I don't deserve this. And it almost everything got on top of me. And then all of a sudden I kind of started to spiral a little bit, because again, it's a very strange moment when you start to, earn more than your parents as a first thing. That's a huge one as a kid. When you earn more than your parents, you start to go, well, something isn't right here. And then all of a sudden you start to earn a lot more than all of your friends. And you go, something isn't right here. And that moment there, it took me a long time to get over. And I wish I'd had someone that would just say, hey, do you know what? That's okay. That's part of the journey. That's natural. You deserve this. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to earn a lot of money. It's okay. And I wish I'd paid for a mentor or a coach. And it took me a while to get to a point where I actually started to invest in mentors and coaches. And I wish I'd done that back then, because I started to self-sabotage. I started to lose contracts. I started to not push for new work and not push my business forward. The biggest mistake I did was not get a coach or mentor to help me. And the biggest bit of advice I'll give you is, hey, when you start earning money, that's okay. And a lot of people listen to this that maybe if you don't have a business, you might go, oh, I'm always going to be happy earning money. Trust me, each one of us, we've almost got like a threshold. Mine was £10,000 a month. I could earn £9,999 a month. I was fine with that. If I earned £1 more, I was like, oh, that's too much money. It's too much money. What's going on here? And everyone's got a different threshold. Yours might be £5,000. For a lot of people, it's when they replace their salary. There's almost that fear of quitting their job to go full-time into their business, because what if it goes wrong? You'll always get to that point. But when you get to that point, that's when you need a coach or mentor to help you push through that as well. And almost kind of tell you, hey, it's okay. You're allowed to earn money. You deserve this money here as well. And that took me a good kind of 4 or 5 months to get over. And I look back and go, do you know what? If I'd have focused on that 4 or 5 months and that wasn't an issue, I'd be 4 or 5 months ahead of where I am right now in business. So I'd probably say one of the biggest bits of advice I can give is get a coach or mentor to help you, because you're going to get to a point where you're going to want to give up, and you're going to get to a point where you're earning a lot of money and you're either going to spend it all, which is what a lot of people do. I see them, they get a load of money and then they throw it away again, because that's how they're conditioned with money. B, you're going to hold on to it and not want to spend a single penny of it, because you have a scarcity mindset and you don't want to invest in anything. Or C, you're just going to basically shut your business down. So that is probably my biggest bit of advice, is when you start earning money, it's okay to earn it. You deserve it. You're allowed to earn that much money, but make sure you've got a coach or mentor there to help you realize these, because it's going to push your business forward as well.
Perfect. Thank you. I totally agree with that. I have went through that limiting beliefs, the money beliefs. How can I earn so much money? Am I worth it? And I know a lot of people who will see the video will have the same. Am I worth it to earn money? Am I worth it that people actually pay me to help me? And I know through coaching, mentoring, online programs, that's just like T. Harv says, if you want to change the fruits, so the money, you have to change the roots. And that is, so that's the truth. Every business owner, entrepreneur needs to live. So thank you
100%.
very much.
And he's got that beautiful metaphor of, you've got an earning threshold. And again, he does it with the air conditioner. If you set the air conditioner at 25 degrees Celsius, okay, well, it doesn't matter if it goes up above that. You can open a load of windows. The air conditioner is still going to keep it at 25. It's just got to work harder. And it's that same thing. We've all got our threshold, you coach your mentors one that's going to help you push through that as well. And that's how you really scale your business to get true success. Not a flash in the pan, but long lasting true success.
Perfect, thank you. And next question I would like to ask you is, it's really Facebook related and really practical stuff as well. And I know you also have a very amazing online program, so maybe you can tell us a bit about that as well. And what are the basics for a successful Facebook ad?
Great. So this is a great question as well, because as with everything in life, the basics, we have to master those first. Okay. You don't hop on a bike for the first time and try a wheelie. Okay. That's not how it works. You've got to learn to ride it first before we start doing tricks. And especially when it comes to Facebook adverts, so many people want to jump ahead. Yeah, but what's the secret? What's the secret? So well, the secret is quite simply, learn the basics, get the basics right, and then just perfect them and become a master of those. And the basics when it comes to Facebook ads, and this is a real kind of shift for a lot of people when I train them, is it's not the buttons you push inside of Ads Manager. The real basics of the basics of Facebook come down to humans. And it is quite simply the basics of not just Facebook ads, but all marketing. And that is quite frankly, what is the big problem that they have? What is the solution that we can offer them? That's all it comes down to, especially in life as well. When it comes to marketing, what's the problem? What's the solution? Great example here of any business, not just online. Richard Branson, owner of Virgin Airlines. Well, he found out people had a problem. They wanted to go to New York, but British Airways was too expensive. His solution, better flights to New York, and they're not going to be as expensive, and they're going to run more frequently. He found the problem, he offered the solution. So what it really comes down to, especially the basics of Facebook ads, is do you know who your ideal customers are? If you do not know who your ideal customers are, or if you've answered that question with, well, everyone's really my ideal customer, which I hear a lot of the time, it's not going to work. Okay. The way that I was taught this from my mentors is the way you want to target your clients is your market should be an inch wide and a mile deep, not a mile wide and an inch deep. Okay. If we're trying to help everyone, we help no one.
Yeah.
You really need to drill down on what the biggest problem is. Because if you can, let's say, for instance, with my clients, with my online program, it shows them how to start an online business. Okay, well, great. Well, if I'm trying to help everyone, if someone doesn't even know what an online business is, I can't help them. They're not educated enough. They're not further enough in the process. So if I'm trying to help everyone, well, I'm wasting my money trying to deal with these people. What I want to deal with is I want to deal with people who know what an online business is, have heard it's a great way to have an income and have a lifestyle business, but don't know how to. So it's an inch wide and a mile deep. So if you don't know who your ideal customer is, you don't know what the big problem is, you're never going to be able to get success. You have to identify that. And it can't be a little problem. It's got to be the big problem. Okay, what's the thorn in the side that keeps them awake at night? If you don't know what that is, you can never get results on Facebook. So the ultimate first foundation is knowing what your client's biggest problem is and making sure that your solution solves that as well. And secondly, linked in with that is actually knowing who your ideal client is and who you put in the advert in front of. When we look at Facebook adverts, all we're trying to do is we're trying to find where people congregate online. So offline, this is really easy. Let's say, for instance, I'm a Man United football fan. Man United are a football team in England. So in the real world, not online, if I wanted to sell Man United t-shirts and football shirts, well, how do I do this? Well, all I need to do is I need to find where they congregate. Where do all of the Man United fans congregate? Well, at the stadium when there's a football match on, right? That's very easy. The trick of Facebook adverts is finding out where all these people are, but online. So we need to find out where these people congregate. Now, the way we do that on Facebook is through our targeting options, and that's based on locations, languages they speak, age ranges, and also based on something we call detailed targeting. And that's what people like, their likes on Facebook, their job titles, their behaviors on Facebook. But if we don't know this, we're putting our advert in front of the wrong people. So for an example, if I'm trying to find these Manchester United football fans online, well, great, I go into Facebook and maybe I try and find the Manchester United fan page. If someone's liked the Manchester United fan page, there's a quite high chance they're a Man United fan. But unless I know that fact about my ideal client, I can't put the advert in front of them because I don't know how to search for them. So all of this really comes down to is knowing who your ideal client is, how old are they, where do they live, what are they searching for, who do they follow on Facebook, where do they congregate online, and also understanding what their big problems are. What's keeping them up at night? What's the big problem? What's the solution that they need to this problem? If you can get just those two things, it doesn't matter what you do inside of Facebook, you've got a very high chance of success because people buy for the problems they have and they want a solution. If we put the right advert in front of the right people, we've already got a formula for success. The rest of the stuff on top, we can build on levels of that to refine it and get better results. But unless we get those two foundations, we're never going to get any results. So it really comes down to knowing who your online client is and just knowing what they want.
Yeah, because thank you so much. The thing is that what I also see in the questions I've received, it's also like, which button should I put in, and what target group should I select? And
yeah,
from my point of view, it's important and it's nice to know if you use the download or the request now or contact us button. It's nice and it can optimize your ad. But the psychology behind the ad is so much more of value, and really, like you said, that's why my business has grown so fast as well, because I really invested money, time, and energy in to get to know my customer. And
definitely.
I'm so glad you tell this, because I am really passionate about this. I really guide women who want to change the world, who want to have an impact on the world and good money with it. Because maybe you can relate to this, that you see a lot of passionate entrepreneurs, business owners want to have an impact, have a gift to put out in the world, but they do not hold because they do not earn money. And they are going to focus on the details or spend a lot of money, like 100 euros at once, into Facebook ads, trying to search for the right button, etc. Lose their money, and I think you will have to pay some testing money because you need to test your ads, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But if you're watching, don't lose yourself in the details. And as I totally agree with Sam, get to know your customers and really listen to the problems, ask for the problems, find out what they want as a solution. And then it's easy to build your ad, to write amazing texts. And yeah, if you then want to have the button, like, yeah, what kind of...
That's stuff later down as well. And again, like I built my business to 6 figures, not knowing anything about optimization, not knowing about how to, this is a bit of a confession here. I built my first 4 clients without even realizing you could change the button from learn more to something else. I didn't even know. I was just like, oh, someone told me. I was like, oh, I didn't realize you could change it. All of those details that you bogged down in, that's what stops you pushing your business forward. You've absolutely nailed this, because you're trying to refine that 1% extra impression. Well, you've not even got the basics right. If you're not even making any money on your advert, it doesn't matter. You could refine it down as much as you want. It's not working. So all of those losing yourself in the details, the buttons that you push, you absolutely nailed it. Forget those. Focus on the basics. Because again, 60, 70, 80% of what you're doing on Facebook adverts doesn't even happen on Facebook. It happens inside of your own brain, inside of the brains of your customers, finding out what their problems are, finding out what their solutions are, getting into their mindset, having that empathy to be able to look through their eyes at the world and see what needs to be changed as well. So yeah, you've absolutely nailed it as well. And you know, the results show in what you're doing with your Facebook ads as well. They're incredible. They're absolutely, it's a model example as well. So
Yeah.
you know, credit where it's due. Your Facebook ads are fantastic at the moment, Kim.
Thanks. And what I've also learned from you and from the training you were coach and where I participated is that the part what your customer wants, that is on every level. That's in the text, that is in the picture, and it's not something to overthink, but it's also really experiencing in what's working and what do they want and what do they say they want and what do they think they want. That's also a difference, which I think is, those are the basics. Get to know your customer before worrying about the details. Use their language, put it out there, know what they want, and then go for it. And yeah, on top of it, what you say, get yourself a coach, get yourself a mentor, go into online courses to learn the system, because that's what I have experienced as well. The strategy is simple. Just stick to the system, right?
Yeah.
So
100%.
that's the strategy. That's in my method. That's always the phase 3. You need to know sales and marketing strategies, of course. But if you have the strategies and you tell yourself things, I'm not worth it, I'm not good enough, I don't know if I can make this, I don't have time, etc. Your psychology, your mindset needs to be good before you are going to implement a strategy. And yeah, as well, also your energy, focus on that, give yourself the good food, move, don't, because that's a thing in online business as well. You can be for 10 hours behind your computer, forgetting to drink, forgetting to move, and then you will, yes, perfect. And what I have experienced and what I see with my customers as well, they're very successful. But when they going to put a laser focus in it, and they're only working on their business or in their business, they lose track of the energy, then their mindset is just a shift and it's a bit more negative, and then suddenly the strategy doesn't work. Yeah. And that's always what I also advise. If you're stuck in the strategy, like which button should I use, state change your state, then your mindset will be more positive, and then suddenly the strategy is working again.
100%. The strategy is the constant. That's the thing that never changes. We change around it. That's the constant.
Yeah.
So we just need to stick to that as well.
Thank you. And I think this needs a very short answer, this question. Why should you advertise on Facebook? What are the pros?
Oh, this one's very, very easy. Well, quite simply, the last Facebook post that they actually put out of how many people are on Facebook, there's 2.7 billion people on Facebook now. Now, I hear a lot of people say my clients aren't on Facebook, which is always very, very funny, because everyone's on Facebook as well. But the reason why you need to focus on Facebook is because Facebook is unrivaled to any other source, okay? If I go onto Google AdWords and I start to type in, okay, Google knows I've maybe searched for a question, that's it. If I go onto YouTube, YouTube knows I've searched for a video, that's about it. Yes, of course, it can go on trends of what I watched before, but that's really as far as it goes. Now, what people forget is when you sign up to a free Facebook account, you create your profile, you give them your name, your email address, your mobile number, your address, where you live, and then it says, hey, who are your friends? Let's connect to them right now. Give me your email address and we'll find all your friends on Facebook. You then add all those friends. Then what it says is, hey, what do you like? What do you want to see on your newsfeed? Tell us what you like. Then you go off and you like a load of pages on Facebook. Then it says, hey, what about this? What about this? Now we just look and go, when we first start our Facebook profile, oh, this is so great. Look at my newsfeed. It's all the stuff I love. I, as a marketer, turn around and go, thank you. Because you've told me everything I need to know to put the perfect advert in front of you. You've told me how old you are, where you live, and what you like. All I need to do now is put that advert in front of you. No other source of advertising in the world at the moment has this. It's unrivaled. You are telling Facebook, hey, this is what I like. As a Facebook marketer, my job couldn't be easier. People are telling me, hey, this is what I like. I go, okay, here it is. That's it. So you can get unparalleled targeting on Facebook from anything else in the world as well. It's scary how quick and how detailed Facebook go into. Facebook know more about you than you know about yourself as well. Yeah, they've got thousands of algorithms flying around every single second. They know what you're doing on Facebook, when you're doing it. All you need to know is just go on Facebook. Okay, it is unlike anything else in the world.
Yeah, and I think because I've also looked into Twitter advertising, etc., because that's also pretty detailed. But what I have realized that Twitter is like more than half is US public, and Facebook is truly all over the world. And
Global.
What I have experienced, because I'm based in Holland, of course, and I have built my business first in Dutch. And there was this limiting belief that, I don't know if I have to go for English. Because maybe I will lose my Dutch customers. You know, there was this little voice, la la la, chattering. And it was so funny because after some of the trainings I did, I decided 1st of Jan I will go international. But I didn't because I got some text. Why are you in English? Yada, yada, yada. So that's also important to understand. Also with successful people, we have little voices as well. The thing is how you react on it. Because I decided now, if you want to go big, you have to go global. And then it's so easy to go on Facebook because what I've experienced, it's almost the only option you have to make advertisements for €1 and target your ideal customer. That's like, yes, you should go on Facebook. And you have explained why. I just wanted to add these things that because I know people can think, you're talking about 2.7 billion, but I am based in this country and there are only these people who speak this language. I know that also when people want to choose to go in their own language and not English, there are also people around the world. So do not only target your own country, build that up later, but also the step into English. It's just only a little voice. And when you can see also the bigger picture of the 2.7 billion, which you can have an impact on, I think that's also a really good way and a really good reason why you should go on Facebook.
100%.
Thanks.
Couldn't agree more with you.
One question was, how do you take care that your ideal customer sees your ad? But you have explained already that you can do the targeting exactly because every user gives their details, name, address, number, etc., age. And in Facebook Manager, in the Business Manager, when you make an ad, you can select it. So that's already answered.
Only the ideal client will ever see your advert. That's all you need to know. Don't worry about the techie bit. Don't worry about how else it works. Just know that only your ideal clients will see your advert.
I think this is a really interesting question because I have asked this one when I saw you in person as well. How much time will it take, or where do you need to watch if an ad is successful?
Okay, so this is a really good question. It's one of the most common questions I get. So there's multiple answers to this because everyone's got their own kind of risk threshold, if that makes any sense. Now, for me, I am a firm believer of you've got to give an advert at least kind of 7 days to really actually understand if it's going to work or not. Now, the reason I say that is because I've spoken to a lot of people, and I had one of my clients who actually joined my program. She said, the adverts aren't working for me. The adverts aren't working. I said, great, talk me through it. So she said, well, here's what I do. She goes, every single Wednesday, I get my advert, I post it, I stick it up there, and I leave it Wednesday, Thursday, and I have to turn it off by Friday morning because it's not working. And I said, okay, have you ever thought that maybe your ideal clients would be more interested in your advert on a weekend? And she went, well, oh. I was like, well, there you go. Because you've got to remember as well, we're dealing with people here, okay? If you're dealing with, for example, my one is a great example here. When I advertise for my business, I'm showing people how they can start an online business. So the big problem that they have is they're probably not happy in their job. They're not happy in their 9 to 5. They want to have freedom. So a great time for me to advertise is Sunday evening and Monday morning. Well, why is that? Because people are about to go and work for 5 days at a job they hate. So their problem is really big in that moment. But if I advertise at Friday night at 5 p.m., their problem maybe isn't as big right now. Maybe they're a little bit more interested in going down the pub and having a few drinks. Maybe on a Saturday, they go, it's fine. They forget they've got a problem because they're having fun. But then all of a sudden, Sunday evening creeps around again. Now the problem's back again. So if I only advertised on a Friday and Saturday, I'm never going to know if my advert's working because I'm not in the mindset of my ideal client. But secondly as well is we're not giving Facebook the data. Facebook will do all of the work for us here. Facebook will work out when the best time to put our advert up is. People don't realize this is Facebook's on your side, okay? If Facebook see on my advert, hey, do you know what? When Sam posts his advert on a Sunday night and a Monday morning, he gets a really good response, but on a Friday night, he doesn't. What Facebook will do automatically behind the scenes without me doing anything is they'll show my advert more on Sunday and Monday and show my advert less on Friday and Saturday. They'll do that for me. I don't have to do anything to try and get them to do that. That's part of what they do in the service. So if I don't leave the advert up for 7 days, I don't know if it's worked. So it really depends on what your threshold is. That's my advice, what I tell everyone. But then I follow up with, well, if you've got, let's say, 100 euros, and that's all you have to spend, maybe you want to put it up to 20 euros. If you're not getting results in 20 euros, maybe you want to bring it down, change a few things and get it up. What we just need to be careful of is what we call knee jerking. And that is posting an advert, thinking it's not working, it's just about to start working, we take it down. Whereas if we had just left it another 2 days, it would have been perfect. So there is no right and wrong answer for this. Each person's got a different threshold, but my personal advice is try and give it 7 days. Let it run through. If you're on day number 5 and you've not had a single click, well then, of course, there's exceptions to the rule. I'll probably say something definitely isn't right. But if you're getting clicks and you're not getting opt-ins, maybe just give it a couple of days. There really isn't a fixed structure. Okay, I'm happy to take a risk if I know that I can get a good reward from it as well. Some people are very risk averse. Just try and focus on the mindset of, am I knee jerking? Because again, leaving it for 1 day isn't enough. 2 days isn't enough. 3 days, okay, maybe we should start to see results. 4 days, okay, I can see if you want to take it down if you've got no results from it. But just try and leave it for 7 days if you can.
Yeah, then a great follow-up question is, when is your ad effective? Yeah, what results can you expect? And what you just explained already is that you need to check your clicks. And I know you can make the columns totally customized, etc. So check what I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but check your clicks, check how many opt-ins you have. If you have a break-even funnel and you sell a one-time offer, you can also track if that is in a result. But for starters, I would say check if you have clicks and check if you have opt-ins. Do you agree with that?
Definitely. The only metric I ever say to people is it a successful advert? Is quite simply, has it made you money, breaking even, or cost you money? That's all you need to look at in a grand scheme of things. Now, of course, we always want to make money on an advert, but I don't mind losing a bit of money if I'm getting opt-ins. What I see so many people is they get emotionally attached to their adverts because they've written this great advert and it's a great advert. Trust me, it's a great advert. Go, great. How many opt-ins did you get? Well, I didn't get any opt-ins, but look at this. I got 197 likes on it. Well, I mean, with all due respect, so what? You know, try and pay your mortgage with Facebook likes. It's not going to go down too well. All you need to realize is, hey, is this going to make you money or not? Okay, likes, comments, and shares, they're an indicator that, hey, maybe something's right. But unless you get people to opt in on your page, give you their name, email, and mobile number, and then do they buy from you in the long run? That's the only metric you need to see.
Yeah.
Now, if you're getting a lot of clicks but no one's opting in, tells me that you're dealing with not the big pain in their side. There's no urgency there. Maybe people are curious.
Yeah.
But ultimately, likes, comments, shares, yeah, they're great. Clicks, they're great. Are they opting in? Okay, are we getting people to give you their information? And then on the later end of it, are they buying from you? Because vice versa. If you're getting 1,000 people opt in and no one buys from you, is that a successful advert? Well, some would say, well, yeah, you're building your list, but you're building your list of people that aren't interested in giving you money. So it's not a successful advert. So the ultimate big picture is, am I making money? Underneath that is, are people opting in? Underneath that are people clicking? And that's really the only three metrics you genuinely should actually give a hell about when you're first starting out. Now, for those of you that are listening that are more advanced, you probably think I've butchered that, and that's fine. But of course, when we get to a level where we're spending 10, 20, 30,000 pounds a month on Facebook adverts, yes, there's other metrics, but don't worry about any of those until you're making 6, 7 figures a year. They're not going to affect you. Focus on, am I making money? Are people opting in? Are they clicking? So only 3 things you want to care about.
And a personal example from me from the start of this year, the first week, and I have also discussed it with one of my business friends. I'm running my ads, and I have my break-even funnel for you guys who don't know what it is. I have my opt-in, and automatically they come on a thank you page, and there they can buy a one-time offer product. And I'm also, I have my file, know your numbers, and I put all my numbers in it almost every day. And what I saw that I had spent 1,088 euros, and I got a little bit less out. But then my ego was freaking out because I thought, it's not really break even, should I scale, etc. But then I realized that thanks to the funnel, I also focused on organizing a free challenge. Out of that came a shitload of money, and also one of my personal coaching things. So I was a bit too narrow-minded, really focusing only on, am I making money through my break-even funnel with my one-time offer? But you also, in your business, you need to look at the bigger picture. What is coming out of it as well? Of course, you can measure that with your autoresponder, your email system, and in the Facebook ads. But I know, because I did it, only look into the specific Facebook results, and then you can think, oh, I should not scale. And then I told this to my business friend, and she said, huh? You're only losing a couple of euros on the break even, and you're making tens of thousands via your bigger program and your personal coaching. So that's really, what should the result be? Are we making money? But also look further than only the break even funnel, right? When you are really growing into your business.
Yeah, massively.
Perfect. So that one is answered. What steps should you take by making a good ad that's also related to get to know your customer, their pain, the solution they want?
Exact same process, yeah.
Yeah. What criteria you check if an ad is successful? Well, look at the results you have. Are you making money? Are you having opt-ins, etc.? And I really like this one. What shouldn't you do with Facebook ads?
Ooh, what shouldn't you do with Facebook ads? Okay, so I'm going to answer this in a couple of ways. I'm going to give you a practical bit of advice here that you need to implement as well. And I'm going to give you some more generic advice as well. So my instant practical advice of what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't go against their regulations and their guidelines. That is the first thing I can say right now. Don't go against their guidelines, because Facebook will just shut down your account instantly and that's it. So if you're not familiar with their policies, please type into Google Facebook advertising policies and get to know them, okay? You cannot say stuff like bold claims. If you've got like a weight loss program, you cannot say something like how you can lose 2 stone in 3 months. It is instantly going to get your ad account shut down. So make yourself familiar with the policies, because the worst thing I want to see is getting your ad account shut down. It's literally awful. I've seen it so many times, and all they do is could have just taken 10 minutes to read it. They would have been fine as well. So that's some practical advice. What you shouldn't do in Facebook, my personal advice, is you shouldn't spend all of your money that you earn. That is probably the biggest bit of advice I can give you as well, because I was guilty of this when I first started. I went from kind of poverty, living off like noodles every single evening because I was in debt and I had no money, to earning loads of money, and then I'd just go and spend it all on just stupid rubbish stuff. And then at the end of the month, I'd go, I haven't got any money left to put back into my business to keep growing it. So the biggest thing I say is what you shouldn't do is you shouldn't go and spend all your money when you have Facebook adverts. Reinvest it back into your adverts. Because as I said, like if you earn £10,000, hey, great. Take £2,000 out, pay yourself, put £8,000 back into your business. That is how you scale and grow your business as well. Okay, get rid of all the stuff. Right? Don't earn £10,000 and then spend 8 of it on a trip to the Maldives. What's the point?
Yeah.
Okay, you spend £8,000 on a trip to the Maldives. Great. Well, next month, how much money are you going to earn now? How much money you put back into your business? You've got to look at the long term. You have that delayed gratification. So what you shouldn't do is spend all of your money. Reinvest it back into your business. There's a great quote from Jeff Bezos, wealthiest man on the planet now, I believe. It might be, forgive me if I'm wrong, but at the time of recording this, I think he is the wealthiest man on the planet. He was worth something like $20 million driving around in a $30,000 car. Well, he's reinvested it back into his business. Elon Musk, when he sold, the money he made from PayPal, again, I don't know the exact numbers, so correct me if I'm wrong, but he earned something like $500 million. He put like 400 million into Tesla, $80 million into SpaceX, and then $20 million into something else, and had to borrow money off his friends to pay his rent. That's how you build success, not by blowing all your money on stupid shit you don't need when you first start as well. So logistically, the practical advice is don't break Facebook's rules, because they have the rules. They would just kick you off. And then practically don't spend all of the money you earn, reinvest it back into your business. That's how you grow to 6 or 7 figures as well.
Yeah, and I think because that's what I see happening a lot, because people are dreaming of, I want a free life, I want a financially free life, etc. And then because I also guide spiritual women, and there are a lot of spiritual coaches all over the world, and yeah, show the universe what you want by spending it all. And if you buy an expensive car or expensive purse or whatever, you show the universe that that's the money you need. And what I say, it's a part, you should enjoy your life, but it's not the only budget you should have. You should have your marketing budget. What you earn, you should split. And it's not in the beginning when you start. It's not about the amount you put in. It's also about the behavior. You need to also, because the whole money behavior, of course, is really changing now in the world, but also to grow your business fast. Like you say, don't spend it all on ads, and have budgets. Make budgets for yourself. And you can also learn and invest in that a little bit to read an article how to create that. But that's a big
thing. It's just the T Harveka bucket system. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, the T Harveka bucket system. Yeah, spend 10%. Great. Go and blow 10% on yourself, but don't blow all of it. Okay. No. Money will always come around. You can always earn more money. What you can't do is get your time back. Okay. If you can build your business in 6 months by reinvesting it, you can't get the time back if it takes you 8 years to keep building it because you keep spending it. You can always earn more money.
Yeah. So I think that's really important. And what I want to add to this is, because of course Facebook can be your gold, But you need to understand it. You need to understand your customer. You need to understand how it works. And what I see happening a lot, people hear that Facebook advertising is working, but they have absolutely no clue what they are doing. So, and then because I started that as well, I was promoting my coach sessions to sell my high-end personal coaching. I spent like 250 euros without anything out because I had no clue what I was doing. I just heard Facebook ads are working, but had no clue what my customer wanted, what they say they wanted, and how you do anything with Facebook. So that would be also an advice: learn something about Facebook ads, how to build your online business and use Facebook ads to grow. Perfect. Thanks. Let's see if everything is answered. Maybe you have, because it is already a bit answered, but do you have a tip to write a super attractive post to get your customers in easily? I think it's already answered, but it's a bit a different angle on a question we have answered before.
Yeah, we'll go back to the Star Wars reference. I'm going to give you a Jedi level tip here, okay? So this is where we go the next level, okay? This is how we start to become really, really successful at Facebook adverts. The trick to a good Facebook advert is that it does not look like an advert, okay? That is the secret. It's something called the art of selling without selling. Now, we've all experienced this in the real world. You walk into a shop and you walk out and go, did I just spend 300 euros right then? How did that happen? I didn't even know what was going on right now. You don't feel like you're being sold to. And that's called the art of selling without selling. Now, we want to do that online because Facebook is what's called interruption marketing. Now, for those of you that don't know what that means, it means if I go onto Google and I put a question in, that's called search-based marketing. I'm asking a question, someone's giving me an answer. Facebook is a little bit like me walking down the high street and someone poking me on the shoulder and then starting to talk to me. They're interrupting my day. When you see an advert on Facebook, I'm interrupting your day, okay? You're not asking for me to be on there. You're not giving me any permission to be on there. So people don't want adverts on their newsfeed. They just don't want them until they get an advert that's perfect for them, and then it's the best thing ever, and Facebook are amazing. Now, the way that we get ahead of people here, and we get a bit of a slight edge, is we make adverts not look like adverts. The easiest way to do this is make it look like a post that one of their friends might post. So a great one I do is when I'm doing my adverts for my education business of how to start a Facebook online advertising agency, the image I want to use, well, one of my most successful images is a picture with a guy in a backpack in the middle of Thailand. Because if you're scrolling through Facebook and you saw that image, you'd go, oh, who do I know that's out in Thailand at the moment? And you're going to stop and start to read my advert. It doesn't look like an advert. Now, that's also applicable because when you have a Facebook advertising agency, you can go and live in Thailand and backpack with a business up and running. But if I just had a picture of a laptop of someone working and it looked like a stock image, no one's going to stop and read that. So we have to try and blend in with a normal news feed. And if you can get an advert that looks like it isn't an advert, watch your conversion go soaring through the roof. That's a bit of a Jedi level tip there for you.
Yeah, perfect. Because that's what I've also implemented because I am guiding women towards a free life with their own successful business. And I was really like, what is the best picture I have which I can use? And then I realized, no, that's also selling what they want. So I'm using holiday pictures now because that is the free life people want. And also women want to have and also men, if they are watching, who want to have an impact on the world, they want to be on stage.
Yeah.
So that's really the next level part, which you should think about, that understand your customer. And I really like what you say, it shouldn't look like an ad, but interesting enough that it triggers something, because that's when they will push the button if they are triggered. But that's not in Facebook ads, that's also happening in their mind. So I love that you really go into the mindset thing and also broaden the view people have regarding Facebook ads, that it's in the mind of people where it is happening. You need to have the strategies, but you are advertising to people. That's what we have discussed. From my point of view, oh, there's another personal question which I have received. Because what you have explained, you started your business when you were in your full-time job, etc., without having a big budget to start with. What was working for you when you were at the beginning of your free life? And not specifically in your business tools, not coaching or mentoring, but what worked for you to become free?
Yeah. So the biggest thing that I've always looked for in everything I do in my life, I don't like to work hard. Okay. I'm a bit of a lazy person sometimes. I like to work smart. If I could do something in 1 hour over 4, I would always take the 1 hour option. Always. Because I just think, well, what's the point here as well? So I tried so many different businesses to try and start one online. And what I found was I was constantly trying to work hard. And the big mistake I see people make is they try and start an online business where they have to earn money daily. Now, what I mean by that is they try something like affiliate marketing, they try Forex trading, they try drop shipping, they try Bitcoin, they try a Shopify store. Now, all of this stuff, yes, they can be great businesses, but to start with, they're difficult. There's a lot of earning money every single day. Now, my experience with some of these stuff was great. One day I'd earn 20 euros, which was great. But then I'd earn nothing for the next 4 days. And then the next day I'd earn, on day 5, I'd maybe earn 50 euros, but then I'd earn nothing for the next 9 days. And it felt like it's always 1 step forward, 5 steps back. But more to the point, it never gave me the confidence to be able to go full-time into a business. Now, if you're starting every single day, waking up in the morning and the first thought is, I need to make money today, otherwise I can't eat food, that's a horrible place to be in as well. And I never wanted to be back in that spot. So I looked at this and went, okay, well, how can I get a guaranteed income? How can I have an online business and a guaranteed income? And that's, again, we're going to keep going back to T. Haveka here. It's either or. You know, I don't like the term poor people, but we're going to use it because I can't think of a better term. Poor people, I can either have guaranteed income or I can have an online business. Well, I looked at, well, how can I have both? So I started to look at the world and start thinking, hey, do you know what? I've heard this thing called Facebook adverts. If I get good at this, what does basically every single company in the world need more of? Well, they all need more customers. Well, if this Facebook ads thing right now is really good at getting customers, and I've heard loads of people talking about how they want Facebook ads, but they can't do it, what if I just learned Facebook adverts and then I did it for customers? I did it for clients. So I thought, well, it seems too easy, is what I first thought. So I put it off for a while. And then I just started chatting to someone one day, and they actually said, oh, well, I'd be interested if you want to try it with me. I'll pay for the ads. Do you want to do a bit of a trial here? See if this is going to work. And again, my little voice inside my head thought, well, you can't do that. I mean, you don't really know it. And all this stuff that was just the BS I told myself inside of my head. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I done a trial for someone. They spent £100 on Facebook adverts, and they then earned about £600 back. And they went, this is great. Do you want to maybe do this? Like, do you want to run my ads for me? I'll pay you to do it. And it was that kind of, you know the film The Matrix? You know when like Neo kind of wakes back up again and he looks around and he sees the green code everywhere? It was almost like I kind of looked at life and went, okay, well that everything's changed now. And I just thought, well, if I can do it for one person, I've only got to do it one time for one person. So if I can do it for one person, all I need to now do is just replicate what I've done and do it for 10 people, do it for 20 people, 30, 40, 50. And it was that moment there. That's when I started taking life seriously. And again, as I said, that was in December 2017. I then walked back into my job January 2nd, 2018, and handed in my notice. Went full-time into my business February 1st, 2018. And that was the real light bulb moment, because if you can guarantee your income every single month, you can build a business very, very comfortably. And it gives you the stability that you know, hey, next month, money's coming in. Next month, money's coming in. And the best part about this is when you start to run Facebook adverts for someone else, you can charge anywhere between £1,000 to £5,000 a month just to run Facebook adverts. Now, you might not do that at the beginning, but hey, if you only earn £500 and you sign 5 clients, you're earning £2,500 this month. But hey, guess what's happening next month? You're still earning £2,500 a month. Guess what's happening the month after? £2,500 a month. So for me, the best, and in my opinion, the safest online business to run is to learn Facebook adverts and find clients that you can run for them as well. And by the way, finding the clients is the easiest part of it. You probably know 20 clients you could work with right now. Once you learn this skill, that is how you can grow your business. And that's now what I teach. I teach people how they can start growing their business. Great example is a guy called Marcin. Wanted to learn Facebook ads, wanted to get more stability. Within 30 days, he was earning another £45,000 a year. But it's every single month you're getting paid on time as well. So if you're sat going, I want an online business, I don't quite know what to do, my personal advice, learn Facebook adverts, find clients you can run them for, because it only takes about 10 to 30 minutes a day per client, guarantee your monthly income. And that's the easiest way I personally found, and what I teach of how you can build an online business.
Yeah, perfect. And what I see that there is a need of people who want to run ads, because what I see happening is very fast people who are doing Facebook ads for other people, they go into the strategies. No, I do not want to do the thing anymore. I only want to give advice. That's what I see happening in my country a lot. So there is a shortage of people who can do that. And I think also when building your online business, I know there are so many limiting beliefs about it, and also how it's positioned in my country. When you build an online program, you are rich. That's a bit of how the neurons are created now in the marketing world over here. But the thing is, if you follow the system, it is true, but you need to be persistent. You need to have the discipline, but it is simple, and there are customers. And if you can match the need or the problems people have, and you are good and become an expert in what they want, that's the easiest part.
That's made in heaven.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I've also experienced, just because there are a lot of ego things going on with people. I know that. And I say, yeah, my slogan is cut the crap and chase your dreams. That's the thing. You need to cut the crap also in your head, and build up to you are worth it, etc. And give yourself permission to be an expert.
100%.
Why not? That's why you're here, right? And you told me that you also have an online program. So if maybe people are interested in learning more about building their online business, can you please share something about it?
Yeah, definitely. So I've actually got a brand new, I've gone back to the drawing board. The people that done it before got amazing results. But what I wanted to do was really tailor it to make sure that people could get the most results out of it as well. So I've taken some feedback, refined the training down. It's about an hour and 15 minutes long. It is a brand new free online training. Now in that training, what I'm going to share is I'm actually going to teach you the 5 steps to build the new way to set up an online advertising business without needing any prior experience. So if you're interested in learning how you can earn potentially up to £10,000 a month. Now, of course, not everyone will do this, but you could earn up to £10,000 a month, just like I did. You can register for this free training. It's around about an hour and 15 minutes long. To do that, all you need to do is you need to go to the website, www.adagencyaccelerator, which is ADAGENCYACCELERATOR.co.uk. That was a tough one to get through, /free-training. So if you go to adagencyaccelerator.co.uk /free-training, I'm sure we can kind of stick a link around here as well.
Yeah.
You can register for that training absolutely free of charge. It's going to teach you the 5 fundamentals you want to actually learn on there. And if you'd like to see how I can help you on a more personal one-to-one basis, you can obviously kind of book in a call to speak to my team after that as well. But get on that free training. I promise you, it's going to open up your eyes and show you just how easy this business really can be. And also just how close you are to running your own online business.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for offering that people can sign up for that. And I would really like to add that I have talked to Sam a couple of times during a training where I was a participant. And only by asking a couple of questions, it changed my business completely. So I would really advise to go for it. And like we have discussed at the beginning, you need to have the discipline. And yeah, from my perspective, you really need to have the focus. So you have seen the beautiful colors over there every time. So I know how successful it is, because one of my international customers, she was really struggling with the focus, but also feeling guilty when working on her business, feeling guilty when she was with her child, and feeling guilty when she was in her business, because she had absolutely no focus, wanted everything. But when working on one thing, she was guilty, she was not working with something else. And I shared my focus plan. It's just a one-pager because it's so easy to use. And she wrote to me, Kim, your focus plan is working wonders. I do not feel guilty at all, and I get more done. So also when you're going to do Sam's training, make sure you have the focus in place and that you really stick to it and finish what you've started. So Sam, I would really like to thank you. Might be interesting if people want to download the focus plan, that's also possible. Of course, I will stick a link also as well. It's I have never said that before. www.kimrietvink.com/focus plan. So I will put that in the email as well. It's free of charge. I use it. When I started using it, from the beginning, my business is working amazing, and building an online business, learn from Sam, because I know he can. He is amazing.
Well, first things first, thank you very much for having me on, Kim, as well. Thank you to everyone that's taken time out of your day to listen to this. Really hope to see all of you in the training as well. Hope to be speaking and actually kind of dealing with quite a few in the future as well. All I'm going to leave you with is just follow what Kim teaches you, implement it. I know some of it might be a bit, you might question it sometimes. Trust me, don't question it. Just follow it blindly. It will work as well. Thank you so much for having me on it, Kim. Have an amazing day, everyone. Go out there, change your world. And I'm really looking forward to speaking to some of you and seeing you again soon, Kim.
Thank you so much. And my final words of a training are always just cut the crap and chase your dreams.
Cut the crap. Chase your dreams. Cut the crap. Chase your dreams. Cut the crap.